Hi, this is Roy with Fixed Rate and Guaranteed. So today we're going to do something a little different that hopefully you'll appreciate and find useful. We're going to actually pull back the curtain on how we actually price our services. We're going to try to do a video series where you can ask different questions and we'll answer those. So we figure, one that we get a lot is, hey, how do you price your different services you do? So today we're going to actually go through that. So first, let me first ask you a question. Did you know that according to Michael Gerber, who wrote the E-Myth, which is probably the most popular and impactful business book of all time, he actually says 80% of all businesses fail in the first 5 years. 80% of those that are left fail in the next 5 years. So what that means is literally 96% of businesses don't make it 10 years. So the reason I'm bringing that up is all these businesses that fail, it's not that they don't know how to work on heating and air conditioning or, whatever their business may be. More often than not, they don't truly understand the numbers of the business. So we've been very fortunate that we've had some great coaching, great mentoring from some people that are in the HVAC Hall of Fame that have just taught us a lot about the numbers and how important it is for us to know our numbers so that we can not only stay in business to take care of you and your family, but also provide a great career for our team members. And, working here is the best decision for them, so they'll take even better care of you and your family. So here's exactly how we price all of our different services. So number one, many times the first time you'll interact with Fixed Rate and Guaranteed is maybe your air conditioner or your furnace breaks down, right? So you need a service call. So how do we price our service? Well, one of the things that we say is numbers might change in terms of like how much a part costs or something like that, but the profit margins, the gross margins do not. So everything we price, we base off gross margins. So we have different percentages for different aspects of the business. So first, we'll take the service department, okay? So a service call. How much do we make on a service call? Well, the very first thing that we need is we're going to need overhead for us to even be in business. Obviously, when you call in, somebody has to answer the phone, right? Not only do they need to answer the phone, they have to pay for that phone service. We have to pay for their payroll, their benefits, the technician that we're going to send to the house, the truck they're going to drive, the warehouse manager that has all the warehouse parts in the warehouse, the gasoline for the vehicles, the insurance for the vehicles, the health insurance, the dental, the vision, the workers' comp, the liability. Yeah, I could literally list hundreds of items that the overhead is covering. But anyway, overhead is 30% of anything that we make. We have to put 30% aside for overhead. And right now we're going to talk about percentages, but I'm actually going to go back and apply some real world numbers and dollar signs to this. So the next thing we're going to have is the parts. And now technicians there and determine, okay, you need some parts for your system. So for parts, we're going to look about 25% of whatever we're going to charge is going to be probably taking care of the parts that you need. So you're probably thinking, man, 25% for what you're charging. Well, here's the thing. We are a service company, not a parts company. So we can't just, obviously charge you what the part costs us, because obviously we had to send a technician out there, not to mention all the overhead attached to it, as we already talked about. So now we've got the labor for the actual technician that's coming to your house. So labor is about 30%. Now in our industry, a lot of people try to keep their labor down to like 20 to 25%. We actually pay our people a little more, and here's why. Think about our area, all the government that we have around us. We have the unions to compete with. So, people in our county can literally drive an hour away and make some very good income working for government or union and things like that. So in order to keep the greatest technicians, the greatest people from doing that, we have to pay them very well. So quite frankly, we pay our people more than pretty much all of our competitors. Number one, because they deserve it. Number two, because we want to provide you and your family with the very best people that you can trust in their home or in your home. I mean, think about it. This is terrible to say, but the opioid epidemic is really terrible in the trades. So we are a completely drug-free company. We drug test every single technician, criminal background checks. We've had people that, quite frankly, several people on a regular basis that either can't pass the drug test or the criminal background check, and we have to pass on these people. And we know many of them are working for our competitor. So we are very, very adamant that the people we're sending to your home, you can fully trust to be in your home, number one, and then number two, to be great at what they do. So going back to the overhead, we coach more than any company I know of, not just in our area, but literally in the country. We're part of a best practices group where we talk to companies across the country, and there's not one of them that I've talked to that coaches more than we do. So we take a lot of pride in finding the very best people, taking great care of them, and then coaching them up to be even better every single day. So all that stuff goes into the labor we're paying them, as well as the overhead and the parts that they're going to provide when they're at their home and you need something. And not only the money that we're paying them while they're at your home, but we also have like 40 to 50% of unbillable time. So that time that they're driving back and forth to your home, obviously we have to pay them for that. When they're cleaning their truck or restocking their truck, obviously we need to pay them for that. When they're in training, a few hours a week, we're paying them for that. So the more obviously we need to pay them so they can provide for them and their families. So we have to provide that in our labor cost. So that's why we pay 30%, where most of the industry pays 20 to 25%. Then another category we have is a warranty reserve. So warranty reserve, we do 5% towards that. And you might ask, okay, why do you have a warranty reserve? I'll give you several examples. One in particular, like say a start device is an example. That's a part that gets replaced quite often. Well, we use an American-made product where we actually give a 5-year parts warranty and a 5-year labor warranty. So let's say 3 years from now that part fails. Well, not only is the part going to be covered when we come back out, but we're also going to do the labor for free. So now, you're not going to pay us a dime because you replaced it 3 years ago. So that warranty reserve, now we don't have to get frustrated that, oh man, we're going out there and doing this for free, the daggone part failed. No, we have that warranty reserve built in, so we can just do the right thing and it's covered. From a bookkeeping standpoint, we just pull the money from our warranty reserve account when we need to send that technician to your home, and it's covered. There's no challenges or arguments about that. So that's a really important thing. And again, it's just the right thing to do. As good as our technicians are, they're also human beings. So while we'll give them 2-3 hours or however much time they need at your home to really go through a 60-point checklist, literally check every single component in your system, let's face it, there's going to be times where the challenge just doesn't show itself while they're there. Kind of like you take your car to the dealership and all of a sudden the noise stops and they can't find the noise because it's not making it when you took your car in. It's the same thing. There's times, we'll send a technician out, the equipment's running fine while we're there, so we may have to take a trip or two before it kind of shows itself. More often than not, we were able to do it the first time, but hey, it happens. So that warranty reserve account gives us the ability, again, just to do the right thing and take care of you and your family. So we got 30% of overhead, 25% in parts, 30% in labor, 5% warranty reserve. So when it's all said and done, we actually end up with a whopping 10% for net profit. So let's say, let's put some numbers to this, okay? So let's just say our average repair ticket is about $375. Let's actually round that up and say it's $400, just because I like easy math. So $400 for a repair ticket, a service call. Okay, so out of the overhead, 30% needs to go to that, so that's $120. We're going to put towards overhead, again, to pay the insurances, cover the warehouse cost, our office cost, the phones, the insurances, all the benefits we pay the team, anything and everything associated with overhead. Again, hundreds, if not thousands, of items that the overhead is responsible to cover. Parts, so let's say that part cost $100. Labor, let's say that's $120. And out of that warranty reserve account, that is going to be $20 go in that warranty reserve account in case we ever need it. So when everything's said and done, we made a whopping $40 on that $400 service call. And that's if everything goes perfectly. That's okay, through the course of the year, we managed to keep that $40 in the bank account. Nobody steps through drywall, a month from now, we have to pay for that drywall repair. And unfortunately, drywall repairs you can't take care of for $40. So anyway, that money's just sitting there, hopefully that we can get that through the end of the year. What happens if it does end up there? Well, a couple things. Number one, our Team members certainly love our Christmas party because we actually do profit sharing, so we share a portion of our profits with our entire team, so they can take care of their family at Christmas time and hopefully provide a better Christmas for their families. But again, that's just the right thing to do. They helped us throughout the year, work really hard, so we are happy to share with them. But here's the other thing that happens. As I'm filming this, literally 9 days ago was tax day. It's April 24th today. On April 15th, we know what happened. Well, in the business world, let's say whatever money you do have left in the account that we're calling net profit, there's this little thing in business called retained earnings. So Uncle Sam, guess what he does? Comes in and grabs a portion of that net profit. So now basically a third of whatever's in that account, Uncle Sam pulls to take care of what the government's got to take care of, right? So out of that $40 that we thought we had, well, now that a third of that disappears. So now we end up at $28 after paying our retained earnings. So hope you find that useful. In the service call, literally $400 after taxes and everything else is taken care of, we end up with a whopping $28. So that's number one. That's the service department. Another service that we offer is duct cleaning. Now, there are a lot of people who don't believe in duct cleaning, but I would say, do you ever dust your home? Do you ever vacuum your home? So are there people out there doing duct cleaning the wrong way and it's a scam? Absolutely. Done the right way, duct cleaning is super, super important, okay? Number one, it can be a food source for bacteria and mold. Our operations manager, Neil, did a phenomenal training on the food triangle and how mold's created. So I encourage you to look that up and watch that if you really want to see how important that is. But we can actually do 2 duct cleanings a day because to go through each and every register, it takes us anywhere from more like 3.5 to 5 hours per duct cleaning. So we have these companies coming in for an hour, hour and a half. That's crap. There's no way you can do a duct cleaning the right way in an hour and a half. So our team does it the right way. So for duct cleaning, again, let's apply the same principles. What are the gross margins and how do we price this? Our average duct cleaning is $675. Again, easy math, let's round that up to $700. So we're going to say $700 for a duct cleaning, okay? Overhead, guess what's going to stay the same? We still put 30% towards duct cleaning. Because again, we still have all the benefits to take care of, the office, the support staff, all the insurances and stuff we still have to provide, the vehicle, the gasoline, blah, blah, blah. Overhead is expensive. Now, there's not as many materials involved in duct cleaning, so we basically put about 10% aside to cover the gasoline, the repairs for the air compressor, the duct cleaning vacuum, the filters, the HEPA filters, and different things that we need. There are some materials needed in duct cleanings, but nowhere near as much as service and install. So 10% towards materials. For labor, now, duct cleaning is more labor intensive than a service call because our team, again, they're going to be there for 3.5 to 5 hours, doing 2 duct cleanings a day. Typically, it's an 8 to 10 hour day. So for labor, we put 45% in labor once factored in duct cleaning. Again, not just the time they're at your home, but also once they get back to the shop, they have to clean out all the filters, and you can see like a dust cloud as they're cleaning out the filters after they've cleaned the duct system the proper way. So they have to take care of all this. So now when they go to the next duct cleaning, they're starting with fresh filters, nice and clean, and not taking dust from one home into another. So a lot of stuff happens behind the scenes to prepare for the next home. And then, again, we still have a warranty reserve. Warranty reserve isn't, as needed on average, but hey, let's face it, sometimes things happen. As careful as our duct cleaners are, have there been times where a table got bumped and a picture frame got knocked off of a wall or off of a table and we had to buy a picture frame or a vase. So they're very, very careful, but things happen. So we do still keep the 5% in a warranty reserve account. So if unfortunately a wall gets nicked or we need to do the right thing to take care of anything, they start the system when they leave. However, there's been times that 2 days later the system's not working. Well, it worked fine until your people were here. We can do the right thing. Hey, if we were there, let's just assume something happened. So anyway, that warranty reserve account just keeps us from having to have any conflict. So again, net profit, when everything's done, that leaves us 10%, just like in service. So, okay, let's put the real numbers to it. A $700 duct cleaning. Once we put the overhead to it, that's $210 towards overhead. The materials needed, $70. Labor is going to be $315 to our team that's going to come perform the duct cleaning. Again, the billable time as well as the unbillable time is the restocking truck, cleaning filters, stuff like that. And then $35 into the warranty reserve account. So on the duct cleaning, we are left with $70, and that's until Uncle Sam at the end of the year hits those retained earnings, and all of a sudden that $70 will go down to $49. So, and that's, again, if everything goes right, nobody steps through drywall or puts a truck in a ditch or things that unfortunately can eat up that net profit before the year is up. All right, so that's number 2 was duct cleaning. Last but certainly not least is number 3 is our installs. So as it's time to replace your equipment, obviously we're hoping that we've done a great job for you throughout the years, and you're going to want us to take care of the replacement for you because our people do not cut corners. They're total craftsmen. I 100% believe we do the job the very best way possible, and there's nobody around that does as good a job as we do because we take very, very good pride in it. So let's just say a $10,000 install. So put some numbers to this. There are systems for anywhere 8 to 9,000, all the way up to in excess of 20. But on average, 10,000, 10 to 12,000 is average. Again, easy math. I'm going to use $10,000 as an install price. So guess what our first category is? Overhead, just like before. So overhead, 30%. That is just a number that we hold hard and fast to take care of all the benefits and what P&L says we need to cover all of our expenses. When it comes to equipment and materials, we are looking at 45% for equipment and materials. Before COVID, that number was much lower, but obviously since COVID, everything has gone up. Actually, a vehicle, we used to buy a box truck for $35,000. I remember buying in 2004. That same box truck's $70,000 today. So equipment prices have gone up tremendously. Matter of fact, literally yesterday, I received this from Carrier. We're committed to transparency, keeping you informed of developments that affect our industry, tariffs, steel, aluminum, copper, blah, blah, blah. Starting this coming Monday, so the 27th, up to 8% increase on residential equipment, 3% increase on ductless and crossover, up to 6% increase residential and ductless accessories, 6% light commercial. Check this out. No increase on R410 light commercial rooftops. Guess what? They're not available anymore. So thanks, Carrier, for not increasing the price on something we can't even buy. So that's Carrier. So prices go up. Before COVID, we would see one price increase a year. Literally since COVID, we've been seeing 3 to 4 price increases a year. So that 45% number has gone up tremendously since COVID. Okay, so 45% in equipment and materials. Labor. Now we don't need as high a number in labor because we can send 2 to 3 installers to your home, and they're going to be there all day. So we don't have as much unbillable time with the installers as we do with service. Because again, other than kind of stocking their truck, in the morning before they come to your home, they're typically going to be at your home 8 to 10 hours to get that install done. So you just don't have the amount of unbillable time with the install department. So labor, we do at 10%. And again, the warranty reserve account. So whether we give a 1-year labor warranty, 2-year labor warranty, and there's certainly some for 5 and 10 years, but the warranty reserve account, again, 5% to that. So when it's all said and done, just like before, net profit, 10%. 10%. All right, so let's apply the numbers to it. So on a $10,000 install, overhead, we're going to put $3,000 towards all the expenses that we have to cover. $4,500 will cover all the equipment, the materials, pad, line set, thermostats, blah, 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 everything. 10% for labor, so $1,000. So that covers, 2, sometimes 3 installers. In the summertime in Maryland, sometimes we'll send 5 or 6 people. We'll get there at 5 o'clock in the morning, overload that job to get the job done faster for safety for our people. I don't know if you've ever been in a summertime or an attic in the summertime in Maryland, but we've literally seen them get over 150, 160 degrees. So we'll throw extra money and extra installers to make sure our people stay safe. And again, we can put wood platforms down, make sure nobody steps through a ceiling. So we're doing a lot of extra things that people don't realize just to keep our people and your home safe as well as you and your family. And again, the warranty reserve account, now we're going to put $500. So let's say a year and a half from now, a fuse blows, we need to send somebody out there, figure out why the fuse blew, no charge to you. That warranty reserve account is going to cover it. So again, service department takes care of it and just pulls the money from the warranty reserve account. So when everything's all said and done on that $10,000 install, we would have made $1,000 for net profit. And again, we want to be able to share with our team. And again, Uncle Sam's going to get his part, retained earnings. So a third of that's going to disappear. So ultimately, if everything goes right, we'll end up making $700 after retained earnings and everything else comes out of it at the end of the year. So hopefully you find this useful to understand how we price what we do. So when you hear those people on the internet or AI says, hey, this part should cost this. Well, let's kind of quantify that a little bit. Is that somebody that's fully licensed and insured? Is that somebody that's actually been trained at what they do? There's people that can fix stuff, but the system might not be running properly, so it can shorten the life of the system. It can literally cost you more electric. So you might be burning an extra $30, $40, $50 a month in electric that you don't have to be spending, but you don't know any better because you just know your electric bill is high, but it's because it wasn't properly set up, properly commissioned. So there's a lot of things that go into doing things the right way and not cutting corners. So we know 100% what our numbers are, what it takes to do a job the right way. So yes, there's plenty of people, including AI, that are going to say, hey, it should cost a little bit less than this. But they're not taking into account what it costs to do the job the right way. And that's the only way we're going to do things. Again, we take our name very seriously. Fixed Right and Guaranteed, we stand behind it. We have our super techs that we invest heavily in with our coaching and providing them the best career possible. We've been very fortunate to be ranked best place to work 5 out of the last 6 years. So we're able to attract the best people, keep the best people, and coach them to be better every day so they'll take better care of you and your family. So I hope you found this useful. And again, we're going to be doing plenty more of these videos. So if you have a question you'd like us to answer, please drop that in the comments below and we'll be happy to answer your question. Have an amazing day. Take care.
I don't know if you've ever experienced a Maryland attic in the summertime. They're not great, so I can just tell you that. Oh, hey, one Maryland attic example was enough. We're good. We're not. Maryland attics are tough.